We should be back. I'm so sorry. Moments. Okay, so not what I thought, not the result I thought I would get, but also maybe I failed to correctly save that. But we are getting skip frames due to encoding at a whopping 7.7%, which is going down. That's better. It didn't race into the early teens like it did with the last one. I'm hoping / assuming that this already looks a little bit better. Could be wrong. Oh, hello, folks. Welcome back to the bizarre array of tests. That signing back into Twitch with OBS, which is something I'd forgotten you could even do. Other than like telling it to broadcast to Twitch. Like there's a separate like login to it, connect the accounts. Has brought the chat dock window thing back, and I like it locked in place all the way over here. So in theory, this should now perform a little better. It is over time mellowing out and not racing up. We're still missing some stuff, but whatevs. Welcome to the Zeppoverse. We're zeroing in on the thing. Now, what's important to me, I wish I had the exact same panel of graphical interface information, which you can see here on the Infinity Desktop portal. This stats window, especially with this widget. Hello, J Turntable. Hold on, let me do this. Boop. Can you see me? And do I look like I'm actually live on stream? I've tweaked everything. We are still getting a little bit of skip frames due to encoding lag, but it's the lowest rate it's been at yet. Like we were at an insufferable, blasting past 50% earlier. It looks fine. I think you changed screens. It lags for a moment. Yes, the transition bits get weird and laggy, and they don't, sometimes it shows you the next scene too early and then takes it away and then shows you the little weird transition thing and then it brings it back. It's bizarre. The next thing to do is to fire up Streamlabs OBS with this exact same current set of settings to see which out of the two actually performed the betterest. The most best out of the two. But it's a lot better now. I can literally see the improvement in the numbers. Excuse me, I have to cough. I'm not sure. I forgot to make tea, of course, which is making it all worse. I think we've hit, other than running this one does have an auto configuration wizard. Other than running the auto configuration wizard, which maybe has gotten better in the couple of updates since I've been using this app, I think this might be the betterest. The skip frames due to encoding lag has mellowed out and is not getting worse. It's not climbing up. 4.3%. I mean, it's moving. There's still movement there. I think other adjustments, like if I ran my air conditioning a little bit cooler in this bitch, that might help also. But I think up next is the real big drum roll for all this tedium. It used to be, and this is Streamlabs OBS, as you can see right there. OBS newest number version 32.2.1. Right? You guys can see that. You can see that, yes? So, boop. I'm now going to double check everything on Streamlabs desktop. Maybe reboot the iMac. And then come back to test those settings on Streamlabs desktop. Fingers crossed. By the end of the week, using these refined settings, we'll find out which one looks better overall. Or if they kind of essentially look the same level of mid. Like not great, but not as horrible. I think I spent almost 9 months not realizing how muddy my actual video game feed, never mind my face and everything else, but the video game itself looked, because I had settings all inside out and backwards. But we've gotten better. Thanks for dropping by and giving a little feedback there, J Turntable. Shout out to you if you can still listen. If you're still listening to the sound of my voice. I am about to tap out. We're gonna wrap this episode up. I think this is the best we're gonna get. Knock on wood. There might be a little bit more refined tweaking to get slightly better. Maybe if I lower the... It's at 6. I set it to 6,000. Oh, let's jump through before we go. So this is OBS. You can see this got the live red. The next test will be Streamlabs desktop. Maybe I'll bump checking TikTok live, because I feel like that could turn into its own thing and I get sucked into learning and dealing with what different kind of audience TikTok live viewers are. I've always noticed that for whatever reason, when I could stream to TikTok live and monitor like people dropping in, I would get a lot more people dropping in. They would stay for a very short amount of time and not say anything, but they appeared to be actual people. Whereas on this platform, not so much. But we'll be back one way or the other. But for sure, the next thing we're going to do right now is fire up Streamlabs desktop and see how well it performs. Maybe it magically handles it better than OBS does now. And then from then on, we'll just stick with that. I don't know. It kind of feels like maybe that's what's happened in recent updates. Although this is not bad. This is not bad, and I kind of suspect that the end result video, when I go back to look at this, it's going to look okay. A little sketchy, a little patchy in the scene transitions. When I go over here to this scene to be right back, it probably got a little... There might also be different kinds of lag going on. There might be lag of the animation loop in the playback. It's got nothing to do with the stream. There might also be lag in the stream, but whatever. I'm pushing buttons. I'm poking and prodding. We got to 10%. And it's been... What? How long? Where's the time? Just barely 10 minutes. So 10% on that meter in 10 minutes. Not a great sign for where we'll be at in an hour. But, woof. Does it scale or does it mellow out? We'll find out. The Streamlabs just basically handled it a little bit better now. It definitely feels more robust. And then, once we clear the hurdle of my brain deciding what to do about the TikTok studio, I definitely want to fire it up and start poking around. I'm kind of tempted to fire it up now, but I want to get to the comparison side by side, not get sidetracked by that. Maybe tomorrow I'll live stream TikTok live. No, I don't know. I haven't decided there. But after we figure that out, we're going to do whatever we do, and then we're going to get back to Author Forge, and we're actually going to start onboarding, learning that app, which thankfully doesn't add anything, I don't think, to the computational burden of the live stream, because it doesn't need to be online. So it's not pulling a bunch of that aside. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I will hustle back. I may take a tiny break on this one and actually step away. But I may not. I may actually want to find out real quick what it's like to fire it up. Okay. Either way, thanks for being here. Blah, blah, blah. All the usual disclaimers, warnings, and provisos apply. Whenever we settle back into a rhythm, I will do a full-length reading of the opening, welcoming, warnings, provisos, and disclaimer script. Coming soon to an episode near you. Alright, I'll be back in just a sec.